Hello everyone, welcome to another video from the Python for Beginners series from AV Aachen. Today we will be covering Boolean expressions and if conditionals, and this basically means that if we have different cases in our code, so for example, if something, then I want to do something, alright? If this happens, I want to do something. If something else happens, I want to do this thing. It's going to be more clear when we write some code, but before we do this, we want to know how we can compare things, alright? And the best way to do this is to create new variables and put some values in them. So I'm going to make x equals 3 and y equals 4, and I'm going to make z equals 3, alright? Just 3 different variables with 3 different numbers. Not really different numbers because x and z are going to be the same. However, what I want to show is some comparisons, alright? So if I want to see if x is equal to y, alright? It can be for any purpose, but if you want to do this, if x is equal y, alright, and make sure that you write 2 equal signs, because one equal sign means you're assigning something into something, alright? So if we're putting x equal 3, so we're going to use just one equal sign. If we want to compare two numbers to each other, we're going to use equal, alright? So like 2 equal signs. So if we run this code, x is not equal y, so it's going to be false, alright? But if I compare x to z, the answer is going to be true, because x is equal to z. Both of them are 3. You can also compare things like with numbers, so x equals 3. If this is true, it's going to output that. Alright, so if we compare that to, for example, with a text like hi, it's also going to be false because x is a 3 and not hi, and that's why we got false. Alright, we can also do something like bigger than or equal. Alright, so is x bigger than y? And this is false, so we're going to get false here. Alright, and is x bigger than or equal z, for example? So x is not bigger than z. It's exactly like mathematics. Both of them are equal. However, x bigger than or equal, and we put z here, is going to be true. Alright, this is true. And all sorts of bigger than, equal, less than, or less than and equal can be done. Alright, so we can also do multiple comparisons. So not only this, but we can also say I want to check for this and something else. And I don't know, is y bigger than z? Alright, so I'm asking Python, is x bigger than or equal z? 3 is bigger than or equal z? Yeah, that's true. And this means both of them have to be fulfilled so that true gets output. So is y bigger than z? 4 is bigger than 3? Yes, that's true. And if we run this code, we're going to get true. Alright, but if one of them is wrong, so for example, if I change this y is less than z, which is not true because y is bigger than z, this is true, but this is not true, and says that both of them have to be true. So if we run this, it's going to be false. Alright, how about or? So if at least one of them is true, output true. And this is going to be fulfilled because x bigger than or equals z is true. This is false, but we don't care. We have at least one. And or just asks that, okay, I just want one of the 2 conditions to be fulfilled. So if I run this, this is true. Alright, how about if I remove this equal? X is equal to z. Alright, so x is not bigger than z, and y is not less than z. So both of them are false. So nothing's true. So this is going to be false. And we got false. Alright. One last thing I want to mention before we go to if conditionals, then we can do something like not. Alright. So we can say not x equal to z. Okay. So if x equals z, this means this is true. Not basically flips whatever the result is. So if we have true, it's going to be false, and if we have false, it's going to be true. So the output of this is going to be false. And there we go, false. How about if we want to compare 2 things that are not equal? Alright, so what I want to do is x not equal z. That's the way of doing not equal. Alright, so equal equals 2 equals, not equal is with an exclamation mark and then equal. So x and z, they're equal, alright? So if we run this, it's going to be false, because x and z are equal. So we're asking Python here, is x not equal to z? That's not true. That's false because both of them are equal. What if we want to flip this? So if we write not x not equal z, this is going to be true because it's going to be false and then it's going to be turned into true. I know it can be a bit confusing, but it's if you just let it sink in for a second, it's going to be really easy.